Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another edition of Crush Lusher Television. All right, so we're going to do more derivatives today. So we're going to find the slope at all these points because the slope is going to be different because we have a parabola. So we got to do all these. So copy this down right now, and let's discuss. Check it out. Okay. So title's the derivative. So we know that this is a parabola of some sort, like this. And the derivative at 0 and at 6 and at -2 are all going to be different. The derivative at every point is going to be different. So I got to find what that slope is by using our formula. So f prime of 0 is going to be the limit as h approaches 0 of f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 over h. So that's what we always start at, right? That equals the limit as h approaches 0. So plug in 0 plus h into all these. So that's going to be 3, 0 plus h squared minus 4, 0 plus h plus 9. Bam. Minus f of 0. So when you plug in 0 here, it's going to be 0 minus 0 plus 9. So that's going to be 9 all over h. So equals the limit as h approaches 0 of 0 plus h is just h. 0 plus anything is just itself. So this is 3h squared. I don't have to box that. Minus 4h. 9 plus 9 minus 9 is 0. So over h. Cool. So we got that so far. This one looks pretty easy. So equals the limit as h approaches 0. Factor out an h. 3h minus 4 over h. H divided by h is 1. And then you plug in 0. 3 times 0 minus 4, which is -4. So the slope at 0 is -4. Got it. So now the slope at 6. So it'd be f prime of 6 equals the limit as h approaches 0 of f of 6 plus h minus f of 6 over h. Wait. You're telling me I got to do this all 4 times? That sucks. So there's got to be a better way to do this because it's going to take me forever to do it. So what I can do is find the derivative instead. So the derivative is going to help me find the slope on all these. So all I have to do is once. Watch what I do. So rather than do this, I'm going to find f prime of x instead of 6. So I can plug in anything for x when I get it. So the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So now I'm gonna simplify this, and I have my derivative. That's how you do it. Okay. So same thing as always. So I'm gonna plug in x plus h into here. So equals the limit as h approaches 0 of 3 times x plus h squared minus 4x plus h plus 9. Bracket that thing. Boom. Now I'm just going to plug in x here, which is just the same thing. So it's minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 9 over h. Okay? Take it step by step. Slow down if you need. Pause the video, okay? Equals. So now I'm going to simplify this. So I need to box this thing right here. X plus h, x squared, x times h is xh, x times x is xh, and then h times h is h squared. So equals the limit as h approaches 0 of 3 times x squared plus 2 xh's plus h squared. Boom, boom, minus 4x minus 4h plus 9. Now I need to distribute this negative, so I'm going to add, and I'm going to change the positive 3x squared to negative x squared, change the negative 4x to positive, and change the 9 to negative. So I have plus negative 3x squared plus 4x minus 9 all over h. Remember, h is the denominator. So equals, so it's the limit as h approaches 0 of 3x squared plus 6xh plus h squared minus 4x minus 4h plus 9 minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 9. Damn. All over, what's the denominator? Yeah, it's little old h. Alright, so let's simplify this thing, shall we? 3x squared minus 3x squared is 0. Cool. 9 minus 9 is 0. What else we got? Negative 4x and 4x is 0. This makes our life pretty easy, don't it? So, what do we have left? We have h squared xh and negative 4h. This is 4, sorry. Can't see it. So, that simplifies it all. So now I have h squared plus 6xh minus 4h over h. That's what I got now. Okay, so same thing. You got factor in h. See all the terms have an h? So equals h times h plus 6x minus 4 over h. I took an h out of everything, so h divided by h is 1. And then I'll plug in 0 for h. So it's 0 plus this, so that means that f prime of x equals 6x minus 4. That's what's left. Because this h is 0. 0 plus this is just this. So this is my derivative right here. This is what you call a derivative. This means I can get the slope at any point I want just by plugging in here. I want the slope at 1, I plug in 1. I want the slope at 10, I plug in 10. I want the slope at pi, I plug in pi. Bam, bam, bam. So now I can do this problem so much easier. I don't have to do it 4 times. I just did that 1 time. So f prime is 6. So first, f prime of x is 6x minus 4. So that's my derivative. So all I'm doing is plugging in here. So it's 6 times 6 minus 4, which is 36. Minus 4, which is 32. So if I did this problem to begin with, which I stopped doing, I would have got 32. Same answer. So f prime of negative 2 is 6. This is so much easier. 6 times negative 2 minus 4, which is negative 12 minus 4, which is negative 16. That's the slope at negative 2 of this parabola. And then pi is just, 6 pi minus 4, boom, whatever the hell that is. So now I've knocked out the derivative, and so I can now find the slope at any point I want. Easy. Cool. Let's do one more, shall we? Let's do one more, shall we? Here you go. So you try. See if you can get g of x right now. See if you can get the derivative and then plug it in for all these. See if you can do it. Pause the video. Alright, let's see what's up. Here we go. Let me try. Boom, here we go. I got my paper set up. So, g prime of x equals the limit as h approaches 0 of g of x plus h minus g of x over h. So I'm plugging in x instead of any number anymore. That's all I'm going to do. So equals the limit, I need more room, sorry, I'm going to go down here. Equals the limit as h approaches 0 of g of x plus h. So I'm going to plug in x plus h here. So it's 8 minus 4 times x plus h squared minus g of x, which is just this, 8 minus 4x squared over h. Cool. Now x plus h, I remember that from last time, so I don't have to do that again. I just look at my notes from last time. And I got 8 minus 4 times h squared plus 2xh, sorry, x squared, plus 2xh plus h squared. It's going to be the same thing every problem. So I just memorized what I did last when I boxed it up. when I box that up, bam. Minus, so I'm going to distribute this negative, so I'm going to add negative 8, and this negative 4x squared is going to be positive 4x squared. So I got minus 8 plus 4x squared over h. Cool, what am I going to do next? Yeah, distribute negative 4 into all these. So equals the limit as h approaches 0 of 8 minus 4x squared minus, minus 8xh minus 4h squared minus 8 plus 4x squared over h. Cool. All right, so now let's see what we got. We got positive 8 and negative 8. Add them together, you get 0. You have negative 4x squared and positive 4x squared. That equals 0. So one of the things to know is that the only thing you should get is h terms. So if you got something other than h terms, if those don't cross out equals 0, you know you messed up somewhere. So equals the limit as h approaches 0 of negative 4h squared minus 8xh. I always put the h squared first. Over h. So you got h in all three terms. That means you're on the right track. Equals the limit as h approaches 0 of h times negative 4h minus 8x over h. There we go. H divided by h is 1, and then I'm going to plug in 0 here. So it's negative 4 times 0 minus 8x. And this is 0. 0 minus 8x is negative 8x. So your derivative is negative 8x. There we go. Cool. If you didn't get that, that's okay. Rewind it and see if you can do the whole thing, or to see if you can get it now with your notes. Just cover up your notes like this and try and do it. Okay? That's okay if you didn't get it the first time. It's just kind of complicated. So now I'm going here. So g prime of x is negative 8x. So now I'm armed with this, and now I can find the slope at any point. So it's negative 8 times 0, which is 0. That's the slope at 0 of this parabola. Now the slope at negative 1 is going to be negative 8 times negative 1, which is 8. And then this is negative 8 times 8. The slope at 8 is negative 64. Damn, that's a steep slope going down. Down 64, right? 1, damn. And this is negative 8e. Done, 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 done. Those are all my slopes. So I only have to do the problem once, essentially. And then these problems are easy. Good work, everybody. Now I want you to see if you can do this. Right here. See if you can get, sorry, my bad. See if you can get these. This means find derivative. Find the derivative. d dx means find derivative. Okay? So find the derivative of this and find the derivative of this. See if you can get it. Nice job, everybody. Good work. Answers will be on the PDF.